I often wonder why I end up carting around so much stuff when I go out to fly my quads, especially when it's something as small as this. So, in here I've got all the usual paraphernalia. Goggles, goggle batteries, spare batteries, tools, and of course a great big heavy radio. What I need is something a bit more convenient. Maybe something like this, the new RadioMaster Pocket. Hello and welcome to the Whirly Bloke channel. There's no doubt RadioMaster have an impressive range of transmitters to choose from these days. From the full-size TX16S down to the Zorro, I thought there was pretty much something to satisfy any taste and need. And all their current range support ExpressLRS or multi-protocol. They all run EdgeTX, and I didn't think there was much more that they could give us. But they've put their thinking caps on and produced this new Pocket. It's a compact form factor that's designed to be easy to transport and store with a range of optional transparent colour cases. And more importantly, it's a fantastic price. $65, and that's around £50 in the UK.
Welcome to EdgeTX.
Let's have a closer look. Now, there's a few things that immediately jump out at you when you pick this up. First is, it's very compact, and it's got a folding antenna, very nice, and it's got these stick ends that are removable. They just sit in these little slots at the back here, and you just screw them in. Very nice. Get that out. There we go. But what's not so obvious until you actually pick it up is just how solid and comfortable this feels in your hands. The new charcoal transparent case is rather nice as well, and if you want, this is available in clear as well as optional blue, pink, green and orange. This comes with either 2.4 GHz ExpressLRS or multi-protocol CC 2500, and it's pre-installed with EdgeTX. And the ELRS RF power depends on your region and the model that you order. It's 24 dBm for FAA, which is for the US, and 20 dBm for EU LBT, which is for the UK and EU.
Welcome to EdgeTX.
Fantastic. Anyway, let's have a quick run through what controls we've got on here. We've got Hall effect gimbals, which are very nice, and the form factor of this does mean that you can pinch pretty easily. And we've got a momentary switch on the back here. There's a rotary control just there. Then we've got our two obligatory 3-position switches on the top. And a slight change from what they did on the Boxer. The Boxer had this latching push button switch here, which I really like because I can use that for arming and you're not going to accidentally knock it whilst you're getting a bit furious on the controls. But they've added another latching switch on this side, and as you can see, as you press those, these green LEDs light up. And then we've got on the front all the usual controls for EdgeTX. You've got your sys button, model button, and then you navigate the menu by using this scroll wheel, which is clickable. Very nice. Along the top here you've also got a USB connector, and that's for doing your firmware updates, and on that side is the trainer port. There's a little speaker on the front which you heard, which is quite loud, and then on the bottom there's the SD card slot for your EdgeTX card. There's a USB slot for charging the batteries. It's got its own internal charging circuit, and there's an external headphone socket. And then on the back there is a slot for your external modules if you want them, the standard micro slot, and RadioMaster have got a nice arrangement, a nice array of those for you to choose from. And then power is from these 18650 cells which live under the rubber grips on the back. See if I can get that back in. Ooh, a bit fiddly. There we go. And there's another one under that side as well. You've also got this small but very clear LCD display. This is backlit. I've turned the backlight off because otherwise it blows the camera out. But you can change that backlighting, and there's another feature of that. So if we go to the Sys menu, onto the setup page and scroll down, this is where you do all your setup as normal on EdgeTX. And we go down to backlight. And if I change the brightness, you'll notice, there we go, all swamped out. But also notice all the LEDs inside light up as well. Very neat. So where does this fit in the range of RadioMaster transmitters? As I said, this is pretty small, but it feels very solid and it's very easy to hold. If we compare this to the TX16S, you can see it's a lot smaller, as you would expect. This is a full-size radio. And then we've got the Boxer. This is my clear edition. Again, it's smaller. This has been my daily driver radio for a little while now, and it's just about the right size, but it is quite heavy. Then we've got the old TX12. Now this is still a very popular radio, and it's sort of like a shrunk full-size radio, and they call this compact size, but it's still bigger than the Pocket, as you can see. And then last we've got the very popular Zorro, which is actually bigger than this, but this is a game style controller. But you can see where that fits in, and I think they've done quite a clever thing here, because they've got a radio which is not a game style controller for those who don't like it, but it's still small and very portable. The RadioMaster claim that if you're using ExpressLRS at 250 milliwatts, you'll get up to 7.5 hours continuous use from this. But this will vary if you choose dynamic power and a whole load of other factors. And I'm sure someone will be doing a full bench test on this somewhere to check out the battery life. But I've been using this for about a week and I haven't had to charge the batteries yet. But remember, when you order this, you don't get batteries, so you'll need to supply your own. And I fitted 2.5 ampere hour 18650 cells. And if you use the multi-protocol version, you should be able to get it up to about 9 hours, which is really good. Generally, I prefer larger radios, which I think is maybe down to me being a pincher, and I find the game style controllers, they don't suit me so well. But this is all down to personal preference. It has to be said though, I really quite like this. It just feels right. And at $65, I think this will be very popular for those just starting out or on a budget. But I suspect this will just become popular because it's rather good. This compact design means you can literally put the Pocket in your pocket. Although I think there's one small improvement they could make. These removable stick ends are great, and having somewhere on the radio to store them so you don't lose them is great. DJI have been using this design for ages on their smart controllers, and as I found out to my cost, If you've got cold hands and accidentally drop one of these when you're trying to fit it, they can take ages to find on the grass. So RadioMaster, if you're listening, just add a couple of spares in the box. RadioMaster radios always technically perform. They're well made and they're reliable, and with this Pocket they seem to now have something in their range to suit every taste and every budget. Let me know what you think of this. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Hit like and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.